Well, hello everyone, this is Kevin from Kevin's Tiny Trains. I wanted to do a video that is a small mail call for a few things that I've gotten over the last week, and also a small update on the HO scale because I did a bit more scenery and I'm really proud of it. Here we go. Alright, so we're going to go through the pile one item at a time. You can see it's a pretty good pile, and there's some stuff that you might see that is quite exciting. So first off, we're going to do is this little guy, which technically there's two of. These are my favorite decoders. They're not the cheapest of the cheapest, but they're pretty cheap for what they are. 3-function, 1.5 amp. Pretty good decoder, responds well, is easy to program. Haven't had any issue with this, works well, and has, well, I mean, 3-function isn't a lot, but front light, rear light, and auxiliary light is all I need. And this is what this has this, without having too many functions that you don't use. So this is always a good thing. Next up, we have this Athearn ready to roll CN High Cube boxcar. I found on eBay for a really good deal, and always love these big box cars. They're simple, but they really fill your layout, especially being a 60-footer that is over height. So this really fills out the layout nice and looks great. I had a CP and a TTX. Now I have a CN, so I have the most common trifecta. So that fits the area for me very well. Afterwards, we have this Walthers mainline center beam car. These are also great. I want to model at least one industry that is a mill, a sawmill, so this would fit very well. This one and the boxcar. If I do a paper mill, it could come in on this and come out with the boxcar, or whatever I do, I can use both of these cars to the mill, so this is going to be great. And also these really fill out the layout as well. They're big, they're yellow, so they're flashy, and they look great. Next up is something you've seen on the live stream, but I did modify it. This is my Walthers Trainline CP GP15. Wait, where is it? This is awkward. Is this also... Where are my locomotive? What is this? There's supposed to be locomotives in there. What? Ah, there they are. That's where they are. Now I get it. I may or may not have gotten a little too excited about them, and I may or may not have opened them up and worked on them already. So this might be a little awkward. Let's bring them to the bench and look at them a little closer. Alright, so let's go through them in the order I intended to show you guys. So first off is this Walthers Trainline Canadian Pacific GP15 that I may have added a few details and now also added a decoder. Technically, one of the two decoders here was not even in its bag. It's already in this loco. So there's that. I did a few things, like I painted the exhausts on this one. I think I'm going to add it to this. We'll talk about that later. I added white to the handrails and the stairs all around. I added a plow in the front so that it looks a little bit more realistic. And I started drilling holes, but I don't have the housing for some ditch lights. So there will be ditch lights. The decoder has an extra wire in the front for this. So I do absolutely intend to add ditch lights. I just don't have the housing yet, and I haven't found or made some that would fit my need with my 3D printer. It is though a small part, so I'm not sure how well that's going to work. Next up is this beautiful Bachmann DCC sound with Keep Alive in it, so that's very nice. It's a GP35, which is a pretty common but beautiful unit. This one was detailed by the previous owner. Both of these engines were bought used. All it's missing, to my taste, might be the exhaust to be painted silver. Otherwise, it is as good as it gets. Both have had, well, I've gone through both for programming. This one being a fresh decoder, it was just adding some settings so that it runs a little smoother and starts smoother. This one being a DCC sound engine needed a bit more work. The horn didn't sound the best to my liking, so I changed the horn. There were multiple files on it. I didn't have to upload anything, just change the option. I redid the acceleration curve, the braking curve, changed the motor delay to match the sound because the sound has a little delay. I tried to remove the delay, it didn't work, so instead I added a delay to the motor. I also adjusted the volume all around, so it had a bit of programming required, but it's all done and it's the way I like it. And also, since on the layout, which I'll show you later, I plugged in my desktop computer with JMRI to my layout. Now I can easily import and save the configuration to my DCC Locos decoder choices, so that way I have a backup if something happens and I need to reset it and I want this version back. So there's that. Now let's go run them on the layout and see how well they perform. Spoiler alert, it's great. Alright, so now let's turn on the headlights, which also turns on the rear lights. What it is with this one is that it's the brightness that dims on the direction it's not going and gets brighter on the direction it's going. I actually quite like this feature. Now let's get the sound on. Beautiful. Smooth little engine. Pulling the new box car, some other cars, and the new center beam car. With the new CP passing by. Pretty neat engine. I really like it. For the layout update, not much has been done except my first desktop computer is now down there. And yes, when it's on, it actually works with my controller here that is plugged in through USB. And this allows me, and I've made it work, to use my phone as a controller for DCC Locos. Let me know if anyone wants a tutorial on how to set it up. It's pretty easy, and it works with both Windows and Linux confirmed. So there's that. Also, I've done this little section of ballast because I wanted to build this, but this was empty and random there without the ballast and some scenery work. So there's that. I'm really pleased with how it came out. And it really added some realism to the layout with the little control tower there. The interlocking tower, as Walthers called it. I also painted the window and the detail parts there. today just for fun because it really brings out the details on this little tower. The inside is still not made or 3D printed, but it will come. I also made someone sitting there because it felt right. It just looked right. So this is the portion of layout update. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same. Now I will let you off with more videos of trains running through this section, which I'm very pleased with. And with my new trains running quite beautifully, if I may say so. Alright. Alright guys, I hope everyone enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. And don't forget to join us on the live streams.